How's everybody doing? I'm here at our little hideout in the desert, shooting a little bit of video tonight. I had an idea as I was working on one project, and I'll flip the camera around and show you that project, and then we'll talk about a tool that I think ought to be in everybody's bag, whether you're a prepper, a shout out to Dave Hurt, and I'll throw a link down here, or maybe a bushcrafter, or just in general handyman. This is a tool everybody ought to have. But first, let me show you my project I was working on. This is a Primus. I started to say kerosene, but I guess on the other side of the pond it would be considered paraffin. But it's a Primus #0 stove. It was made in Sweden. This burner is actually, they hold the pad. See if I can turn it up here. I'm trying to do things one-handed. This little burner is pretty awesome because you see the little nib sticking up in the center on the lower tube. That's where the actual vapors come out and burn. This was the first, I believe, kerosene stove that did not use a wick, and I'm in the process of restoring it and getting it fixed. Then I thought, oh, I've got to stop. I've got a bit of a job to do tomorrow, and I need to gather up some tools and be sure I got the right stuff. So that's what got me on this thread of a tool everybody ought to have. And in case you're wondering, the background's kind of funny. It's because, yeah, we're in the outdoor kitchen hanging out. Hang on just a second. Let me get this out of the way and get that tool. Okay, I know, you're thinking, so what? It's not much. I think I've seen these at Home Depot, Lowe's, every other little hardware store. But this little saw is so handy. It's small enough. It rides in my backpack usually, but it is very, very versatile. You can store in the handle all kinds of extra blades. Come on, open up. There you go. And there's one more. There it is. So you see, I've got here a wood cutting blade, pretty strong tooth, for larger pieces of wood. Another wood cutting blade that's actually, I think this one they call it bimetal. I don't know that I would be trying to cut metal with it, but it's another tooth pattern, and it's got a little skinnier front. And then, sure enough, metal blade. There's 14 teeth to the inch. Focus. There we go. 14 teeth per inch. I don't know how that works out for you guys overseas. But what I've done is I've got a little job to do that's going to involve cutting in some drywall. And I've set it up for that. So as you can see, I've put a blade in there that's a skinny enough profile and sharp enough point I can poke it into drywall, plasterboard, whatever title you're going to put on it, and it's got a fine enough tooth pattern to allow for a good clean cut. So as you can see, this one little saw does multiple purposes. If I were out in the woods and I was cutting up small tree limbs and things to build things with, or just even to cut firewood, I would probably have this blade in it, or possibly even this one. I think I would probably go with the big, fat, thick one. So anyway, that's a handy little tool. It doesn't cost very much at all, and you'll find 1,001 uses for it. So there you go. You guys get out, be safe, and go adventure.